My name is Christopher Rix, and I'm Head of Innovation and Research at Danish Ship Finance.
You had a presentation today, and it was insightful to understand a little bit more about the financing for the green transition. Would you like to provide more details for the camera?
Yes, I talked about the green transition in the shipping industry and how to finance it. And one of the key issues that is quite important for us is, on the one hand, we can see a lot of brave ship owners, ship investors that are investing in dual fuel ships, but not all of them have the ability to actually fuel the ships with alternative fuels, and that makes the decarbonization journey a bit more challenging than if you had the fuel in question. So we are advocating for business model changes that would allow a decarbonization of the industry, not just ships with the capability without fuels.
Some of those differences that you put forward on business models involved long-term contracts.
Yes.
And more collaboration. Could you elaborate more on that?
Long-term cargo contracts and long-term fuel contracts are going hand in hand with long-term commitments to decarbonize the industry. So this is a quite massive change to the shipping industry, because we are basically changing from a model that is being driven largely by the asset game, where you're earning your money from buying and selling ships, to a model where we are generating capital from a cash flow yield of operating the ships instead.
What innovations are coming into ship finance to deliver that green transition?
I think we're all learning the languages of green financing, and we talk about green bonds and sustainability-linked bonds. I think one of the key challenges today is that we are still struggling with understanding what good looks like in terms of the current trajectories. So we have initiatives like the Poseidon Principles, in fact, that is very good initiatives with clear, direct trajectories for each individual ship and ship segment. But if we are looking into the numbers from an annual perspective and ask ourselves, can we actually digest from that number whether ship owner A or B have done better this year than last year? We are still playing some catch up in learning how good looks like, and so we are still in the early phases where we are learning more than we can actually already do today.
What do you see in the long-term future when it comes to the green transition for shipping companies, ship operators, charterers?
I think it will become necessary to see asset consolidation. So I think that not to the tune where the largest players are going together, merging, but maybe more likely where the smallest players are merging together and forming larger entities. So this is largely also a question around cost of equity and cost of debt. So we can say that we are becoming less volatile, but maybe also more long-term focused in our capital structures, and we are basically reducing the cost of equity and the cost of debt. So this can play well for some players, but a lot of players today are earning their money from the asset game, so that might not sit well with them.
And here you are at the Maritime Hybrid Electric and Hydrogen Fuel Cells Conference. What do you gain from being at these events?
For a player like me, for representing ship financing, it is super important to understand where the commercial landscape of many of the big OEMs and many of the other ship owners, where they are heading, what are the key concerns, key opportunities that they are seeing. So we are here to share our vision for the future in terms of shipping and shipping decarbonization, but equally important to learn how the men and women that are actually performing the decarbonization of the industry, what they are seeing and what they are doing.